Yeah, but y'all
You know?
fought for this. Y'all fought for equality. Y'all fought to go in the workplace and to make as much money as possible. So now, when women are the most graduated and becoming CEOs more often, you're gonna have to start dating down, as y'all would say.
So do you want that to happen? You want like men and women to basically switch roles?
No, I want women to stop being delusional.
What it feels like to me is that you want to humble women. That's what it sounds
No,
like.
no,
Is that
no,
you want to
no, no,
humble
I
them?
want-
No.
I
It
want
does
women,
sound like
I
that.
want women.
All right, guys, we got to talk about this fascinating story where this gentleman pretty much puts a woman in check in regards to the single dating market. Okay, he talks some sense into her, or at least tries to. Okay, bring her back to reality when it comes to the single dating market. Okay, he's pretty much going to be explaining that men that make a certain amount of money have more options than the average guy, / they would have more options than a woman making 6 figures. Okay, but let's go to roll the clip. Let's take a look.
This show on Instagram. This lady, Kendra G, right?
Uh-huh.
And every woman that come on her episode, she has a dating show where women come and talk about what they want, right? Every single woman. Now, are you saying that it's every single woman is coming on there talking about they want a dude making over 6 figures? Every single woman.
What's the percentage of men that make over 6 figures? I feel like you know those numbers.
1%.
It's like
40?
No,
it's like
1%.
20%. Or
Like
something.
like 10% at the most.
Oh, okay.
Like 10% of men
It's
make
low.
over 6 figures, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And to your point earlier, that is the majority of people, unless only the people calling her shows are not the regular person every day.
17%. You're right. 20%. 17%.
Yeah, but the thing that you got to take into consideration, because making 6 figures is like the entry to talking to a certain type of woman. Okay, these women have to be attracted to you. They got to be, guys got to be of a certain height. They have to be of a certain background. Are they black? Are they white? What else? Where do they live? Okay, are they in shape? Are they fat? Are they married? Right? Do they have kids? So on and so forth. Right? So when you start to kind of stack on the variables that women are probably gonna look at when it comes to their significant other and choosing a spouse, yeah, it's gonna boil down to really 1%. Okay, maybe 5%, but for the most part, it's probably gonna be around 1%. Okay, so the more money that a woman makes, okay, especially if she's making 6 figures plus, she's gonna want a guy making equivalent, if not more, than what she's making. But let's keep going.
Are these women like? Do
They
they have
claim
their
they
careers?
are. They claim every woman that comes on her show says they're making over 6 figures and they want a man to match their income.
Well, I mean, if it is true that they're making that, do you think that's fair for them to ask for?
No.
You don't think it's fair for women to ask for a man that's making what they make?
Is it fair for a man to ask a woman to make what she make? Is
It's-
it fair for?
I feel like
is
it's
it
different.
fair for a man to say, "Oh, I'm making $500,000 a year. I need a woman to make $500,000 a year"?
I think it's different. I think that the expectation of men socially is to
Again,
assume.
women only want equality when it benefits them.
Oh my God, that's just not true.
It is true.
How is that true?
I don't, because a man don't care about how much a woman makes.
Historically, men have a head start. So a man
Here we
wanting
go with
me,
the patriarchy.
that's true. Men have a financial head start over women. So the idea of a man being like, if I make $500,000, I expect you to make $500,000 is absolutely unhinged. That doesn't make sense. And then also those same men that make $500,000 are not going to want typically a woman that makes $500,000 because she's going to be just as busy as him. And when is he going to get his he time?
Right.
When's he gonna get his he time? So like that just wouldn't happen. I just don't see that happening where a man is like, oh, you have to make half of what I make.
But why a woman making $100,000? Why does a man have to make what she makes?
Okay, this
Why?
is kind of.
I mean, like,
I don't think $100,000 is that much money. I don't think $100,000 is that much money to ask your man to make if you're making that much money.
Why not?
Because if he's making
It's a
80,
lot.
then
It's
that's
a lot.
fine. $100,000 is a lot of money,
a
but
lot of
like
money.
when you
The
think
median-
about what
the
your
median-
expenses are,
90% of the country makes $32,000 a year.
that's true. I didn't say.
So you're looking for the top 10%. The top
If
10
you're in the top 10%, you should be looking for the top 10%. How's that not fair?
because the top 10% of men have all the options. Why would he pick you making $100,000 when he could pick anybody?
She
Well, then
also
I guess
has
that's
options.
the choice. I
She
guess
don't
that's-
have options.
I
How
think
does
it
she
comes
not have
down
options?
Because men don't care about their money. If she's beautiful, she has options, yes. If she's beautiful, she has options, yes.
People
she's-
with money have options.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, but she's not taking into consideration that women have hypergamy. Okay, if a woman's making 6 figures plus, 100 grand plus, she's gonna want a guy making equal or greater value. Okay, and we've already established that when you start to add in the factors on top of making 6 figures, is you have a certain height, a certain build, so on and so forth, her options start to dwindle even more. Okay, for a guy, as we know, we could take a woman working at McDonald's with a great personality and we're pretty much good to go. So the more money that a man makes, the more options that he has. But, she doesn't understand that. Let's keep going.
It comes to dating.
I think that they do.
As far as a woman dating,
I think he's
I
saying that men have more options when they're making that amount than women who are making that amount who want to find a guy who's making the same amount.
right?
But it's like,
Because the
But
woman
that-
is
that
looking.
comes
The
down to
woman
their
is looking
choice,
for
too.
the woman is looking for the top 10% of men.
Mhm.
The man is looking at the 100% of women. The woman making $100,000, she's only focused on the men making $100,000 and up, the top 10%.
But why should she not be?
Because she's
but
limited.
also-
She's limiting her options at that point.
As she should if she's. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that we're kind of throwing that blanket statement on all women that make that amount. You know what I mean? That's not the case. Like there's a lot of women I feel that are making that amount who are probably dating somebody who is probably making under them. But also, like, if you are a guy that's dating somebody who's making that, I feel like you have to really kind of step up in a lot of different ways. Like you got to
Sheesh.
make sure
Yeah.
you just have to make sure that you're like trying your best to provide as much as you can to that person.
She's going to have you right on a string. She really is. Okay, you're making 40,000, 50,000 a year. She's making 100 grand, bringing home the bacon. You leave some dishes in the sink. You're not vacuuming and, it's just a headache. It really is. And, I have a friend and we talk about this all the time. For me personally, I would never date somebody that makes more money than me, not because I'm insecure. I just don't want somebody to throw in my face that they make more money than me. Okay, I just don't want to have that conversation. Women really know where to hit you below the belt. And when it comes to a man protecting and providing for his family, and he's not able to do so because he's just not making a certain amount of money. In the heat of the moment, I'm just saying, okay, things can be said.
Because
Yeah.
there is a dynamic there. Like you say it, like there's a different dynamic between you and your girl. You know what I mean? Like there is that kind of going back to the patriarchy thing. There is like a systemic thing there of like the man takes care of the woman and like the woman stays home and cleans.
Yeah, but y'all
You know.
fought for this. Y'all fought for equality. Y'all fought to go in the workplace and to make as much money as possible. So now, when women are the most graduated and becoming CEOs more often, you're gonna have to start dating down, as y'all would say.
So do you want that to happen? You want like men and women to basically switch roles?
No, I want women to stop being delusional.
What it feels like to me is that you want to humble women. That's what it sounds
No,
like,
no,
is that
no,
you want to
no,
humble
I
them.
want-
No.
I
It
want
does
women,
sound like
I
that.
want women to stop being delusional and thinking, oh, because I make 6 figures, I deserve somebody that makes 6 figures.
I'm sorry,
men
but
don't
if-
walk
if-
around. Men don't walk around and say, "Oh, I make 6 figures, so I
Because it's
deserve."
not the same dynamic. I just explained that. Just because if a man makes 6 figures, he can choose to date a woman that makes 6 figures. It's also his choice to date a woman that makes less than 6 figures.
That's like
just
that's
as
like
it is a woman's
that's
choice
like a
to do the
dude making
same.
that's like a dude making $32,000 a year saying, "I deserve to be with a supermodel." You don't deserve nothing. You don't deserve to be with no supermodel. Just like the woman making 6 figures don't deserve to be with a man making 6 figures.
I just feel like if I make pretty good money. Okay. So say that I make $120,000 a year, $100,000 a year,
Okay.
right? I don't think I could date a guy that made $50,000 a year because I have an expectation. Basically, if I make $100,000 a year
Mhm.
and my man is making less than me, I would feel disrespected if that same man expected me to be submissive to him in all of the ways that are
That's-
No,
traditional.
he can't expect that from you.
Yeah.
So
That's
then,
what-
so then, okay, I'm not saying that he doesn't have a purpose or that he doesn't have any utility, but how is he going to make up that difference of what I'm making being a provider as a woman versus what he's doing as a man?
I'm telling you, she gonna have you on a string. Have you on a string. You better be cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, changing diapers, throwing out the trash. She's gonna want you to do everything under the sun to make up for that $60,000 that you lack in the relationship. Okay, that could potentially be a disaster. Okay, literally make your life a living hell. And you know, there are some couples that, hey, maybe that is your dynamic and you got a cool chick that understands and still respects you as a man. Okay, shout outs to y'all if that is your dynamic. But for the most part, these types of modern women, okay, where they chase the bag and put their career first, they're gonna want you to do something beyond just the money. Okay, you better roll up your sleeves and get to work. I'm just saying.
Because he still could take care of you. Maybe not financially, but he could still protect you. He could still make sure the house is. He could be the house husband.
I think
Okay.
that resent.
He could be the house
Great.
husband.
But I also think that there is like resentments could easily start to build in that situation because
I
like
couldn't handle a house husband.
because if like the woman has like a very specific like lifestyle, like she's like, I got money to go on trips, I got money to do all this stuff, and you can't like keep up with that, and you're like, I don't have money to go on these trips, I don't have
Why
money
can't
to
she
do
pay
these
for his
things.
trips?
I think it gets a
It's
little
just
sticky.
dodgy. It just gets
Why-
dodgy.
dodgy.
It
why-
gets a wee bit dodgy.
Yeah.
It gets a wee bit dodgy.
But why? Y'all wanted this position. Y'all wanted to be alphas. Y'all wanted to be the head of the food chain. Y'all wanted to make $100,000
Well,
a
no,
year.
but they
Y'all
want
to be
they want
CEOs.
somebody who's matching that energy.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like if okay,
But somebody that's matching that energy don't want you. He wants the woman that's going to be
That's not
submissive.
true too. That's you throwing another blanket statement on
No,
the guys that do make
I
that.
know these
Yeah.
guys personally.
Ooh.
I know these guys that make a lot
Yeah.
of money. They don't want a woman making a lot of money because when they say we got to get up and go, they want to get up and go. They don't want the chick making $100,000 that got to go to the office. They don't want the chick that is the CEO of whatever business because when they want to get up and go, they want to get up and go.
There's a lot of people, just like very successful people who are married to other like actors or like people, a lot of people in the film business, you know, like there's a lot of directors who marry producers because like you typically meet and marry the people that you work with.
yep.
So it's like, you know, you're going to be married to these people who are, if you're successful and you're around all these successful women, you're going to marry probably one of those successful women. You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
where do you think that they're meeting these extremely less successful women as it pertains to their level of success?
Starbucks, Target.
Oh my gosh. So
Walmart.
you're talking
Those-
about the
those
same
Starbucks
hoes
girls.
type. I'm not saying that
Starbucks
they're hoes,
girls.
but you're talking about the men who are like out there looking for somebody to save.
No,
And that's a
because
totally different
a man
dynamic.
could go to Starbucks and see a beautiful woman and fall in love with her. A woman making $100,000 or $200,000 a year is not going to go to Starbucks and look at the Starbucks worker. He might be a good dude. He might be genuine. He might love the shit out of you. He might worship the ground you walk on. But a woman is not going to look at the dude pushing the broom at Starbucks and be like, oh, I like him.
Because
But also-
the dynamic of love for women is different. I think that men have this idea, especially when they're like really good guys, I love you and that love is enough. Women know that love is not enough. Love is just not enough. You have to have money in order to be able to sustain our lifestyle. That's
See?
a part of how women feel safe.
A
You
lot of
can't just be
people want to live above their means. They want to live that lifestyle. They want to travel the world. They want like you said earlier, women don't want that. Women do want that. Women do want the nice luxury bags. And
I didn't
do
say they don't want that.
Right. But you said earlier, most women don't want that. Most women do want that. Most women want that lifestyle. Most women want to be a stay-at-home wife and then complain about being a stay-at-home wife.
I don't know, because that's the thing. That's why there's more like successful women nowadays, is because more of them are not really drifting towards that. You know, they're not really like going towards that lifestyle, towards the stay-at-home lifestyle. They're going towards like careers and things
And
like
they
that.
become 40, single, lonely, no kids.
But that's how these guys that you're talking about are going to end up, like these guys who are making this like crazy amount of money and they're going for these beautiful like Instagram models. They're going to end up lonely too, because
no,
they're
they're not.
not going to want to
They got the pick of the litter. They're not gonna be.
But,
they might not be
who are they gonna
married.
choose
They might
to,
not
like,
be
marry?
married.
Who
They
do
might
you
not
think
be
they would
married.
choose to marry? Is like a successful businesswoman, or like some girl who just like is some ditzy like Instagram model?
Some girl that's some itsy Instagram models.
All right, guys. So there you have it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Okay, I don't think she realizes how simple men really are. Okay, we don't require much. Somebody that's going to respect us and, just be a good person. Okay, regardless of how much money you make, we don't need a woman making six figures. Okay, a guy that is working on his purpose, building himself up, high value, high productive, high capable man has a lot more options than a woman making six figures. I'm just saying, you got hypergamy. There's going to be things stacked on top of that, okay, in regards to height and his build, is he attractive, so on and so forth, is he funny? The list goes on and on and on in regards to what women would want. And it seems like this is her partner, this gentleman here that we're looking at. I don't know their dynamic specifically, but it seems like she's a little bit more headstrong than he is. Okay, so she could very well be leading the relationship. And I don't know how much money he makes or how much money she makes, but this interaction definitely says a lot in regards to their dynamic and kind of what they believe in. It really does. Let me know what you guys think. Provide me some feedback in the comment section. And until next time.